it is Saturday night. I am tired, not feeling great. I'm sure you can hear it. I'm congested. Oops. But ain't nobody got time for that. So we're gonna pick this thing up in the garage, obviously. Neighbor just got home. I'm gonna put it up on jack stands, get the drive shaft pulled out of it, get the transmission dropped, converter out. So Monday I can bring it over to Greg at FTI. He's gonna work some magic and figure out what he can do with it. And he thinks he can fix it, so we're gonna fix it. It's not his converter, so hopefully everything lines up correctly, but we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't have to replace the whole damn thing. I'm gonna get a converter in this thing now. So I'm gonna find somewhere to put you guys on time lapse. I'm gonna put my music on. I used a little speaker because the big one's broken. And yeah, this will probably be another mixed video because right now super late. It's dark outside, so it's like 9:30ish. I drove and picked up the tank, the argon tank for the welder. So tomorrow we'll get that set up. I'm gonna get the bolts taken out of the cylinder heads tomorrow. I need to make templates for the plates, the receiver plates for the motor mounts, which I'll have to cut at work this week. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get to it. Alright, so my bulb broke because I'm an asshole and I just throw it around like a meathead. So this is where we're at. Cross member is out. Well, unbolted, drive shaft's out. I'm going to manually put tension on the transmission, and I'll take the cross member out. Come on. All right. I might have pushed too far. Oops. Okay, that's moving the chassis. Fine. Oh, somewhere around here, I have something I can use. Let's try it. Do this. There we go. Come on. Mount's falling out. Sorry to my neighbors for being loud as hell this late. My bad. Alright, let's grab all the sockets out from under the car. Alright, this side's out. There we go. Yes, it fits that tight in here. So, cross member's gonna go on there. Transmission's not coming out from under the car. We might figure out the drip issue. As you can see, there's a puddle there. This line is wet. It probably broke again, so we're probably gonna have to officially replace those like I should have in the first place, but I was trying to be budget conscious, and it is what it is. So, next up, sorry for my hand. 1 and 2 on both sides. We'll get those out. I'll get the converter bolts out, and then that's it. It'll slide back and down, and then we'll be out. So, first time you guys are really seeing the pretty FTI power glide we got in this thing. There's my PST 3.5-inch chromoly drive shaft. I have billet caps for it as well. Those, I just keep using those because if I'm gonna ruin them, I'd rather ruin the cheap ones, and then I'll put the billet ones on after. So, but I haven't ruined them yet, so. All right, let's get this thing up. Woo-wee. Hair is a mess. All right, so. You can't see because there's like no light. The converter there. We have a converter on the floor. Trans is out. My dinner's on the car. It's 11 o'clock now. I fought with some stuff more so because I'm tired and not feeling the best, but about an hour and a half and it's out. So yeah, we'll get that over to Greg at FTI on Monday. I'll see you guys in the morning while we get some stuff done on the T-Bird. And yeah. All right, everybody. Clearly, it's bright out that way. Here we go. It's Sunday morning. We're in the garage. That thing still had burnt fluid in it because it smells atrocious. I'm gonna run some errands. Came in to grab some tools and my hat. Shout out Betty White Racing. So I'm gonna grab some tools. I'm going to head out. I need to stop in Ocoee and pick up the new headers, and then go to the house. We're gonna do plugs and wires and put the coil packs and stuff on today. After I weld up on the, I gotta stop and get TIG wire. So I gotta call Home Depot and make sure they have TIG wire. Yeah, so we're gonna do some running around first. I'm not gonna record any of that because it's boring. And then when we get to work at the house, I will pick back up with you guys. So I'll see you there. All right, so we're here. We're waiting, we're waiting for Angel's car to cool off the van so that we can put a power steering sensor in there because it's leaking. We're gonna see if, make sure that's the only thing that's leaking. We're gonna brake clean the hell out of it. But that's gonna cool off. So while it cools off, we're doing setting the welder up. We're gonna set it up over there. I was gonna sit on that badass little Patriots cooler thing, but it has that rack on top, and I'm not poking myself in the ass cheek with it, so it's not happening. But yeah, we're gonna get that set up. Actually, we're gonna set it up over here. We're gonna move this stuff there. Okay. Because we gotta bring the whole motor in here on a hoist. Here better. So, we're gonna start on that. I'll put this on time lapse, and you'll kind of just see us walking by. So, yeah.
And then like you can have it so it sits like that.
We're discussing options to get better footage for you guys. All 50, 45, 46 of you. Woo! We're almost at 50. All right, so here's where we're at. As I drop my phone. Motor's ready to come out. What we decided we're gonna do is we're gonna put pressure on it, drop the trans. We did not break shit yet. Excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna put pressure on the motor. We're gonna drop the trans from under the car.
It'll be a little bit easier, give us a little bit more wiggle room. We're gonna mark the motor mounts to chop those down so they fit. I then have to have Tyler make a cardboard cutout version of both sides, and then I will make those out of steel at work. And then the motor mounts will get welded to the plates. Plates will get bolted to the car, and then those will be able to come out so they're not in my way when I gotta put the motor in and out 20 times. We're also gonna test fit the new headers, which are over there. Steve's gonna clean those up. Now, Steve wasn't here last week. You guys heard me talking some crap. Technically, he stopped because he knew we were coming to do this. So he had full intentions of welding that cross member. Not welding, painting the cross member. I'm a little tired. And he stopped because he knew we were gonna be putting the motor in and out, and he didn't want us to ruin all of the stuff he was doing anyways, so he waited. So, smart move. I was talking crap. It happens. There, I redacted my statement. So I'm gonna set y'all up on a time lapse, and Tyler and I are gonna get the motor in place, and then once we get some stuff kind of fitted up a little better, we will pick back up. All right, so here's where we're at. Motor's ready to come out. Transmission is free from the motor. That took some not OSHA-approved stuff to happen, but we got that done. We're gonna have to run a mix of headers. So on this side, passenger side, we're using a truck header. On the driver's side, we're using a GTO header. Steve's sticking up for himself, which I'd like to say I already included that in the video, but I'm gonna leave that part too, because he doesn't know that yet. He doesn't even watch the video yet. So you can't complain if you haven't seen the video. All right, so anyways, we're gonna use a swap of those. Tyler is cutting the motor mounts down a little bit. We're gonna bolt those in, and we're gonna sit the motor on the pads in the engine bay, and then make sure that all that sits where we need it to, like we think it's gonna, and then we'll go from there. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so my phone almost died, so I plugged it in, so y'all missed a lot. Motor's out the car. We also got the power steering sensor replaced on the Odyssey, so the Pilot. The Odyssey, so that's fixed. Just a little wet. Tyler tasted some power steering fluid. Tasty. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna see how good I am. I'm gonna weld on this here bolt and one on the other side. And then I'm gonna weld the nut on, and we're gonna zip it off, and then we're pretty much done with the motor for the day. So what I'll do is I will set my phone up somewhere and turn it on time lapse, because Tyler's not gonna be able to record because it's gonna get too bright and he won't be able to see. So we're not gonna blind Tyler. So we'll do something else instead. But let's see how good I am. Position myself. All right, guys, so you can see, motor's there. We have successfully removed 2 broken exhaust manifold bolts. I tried using a couple of nuts the first time. The nuts were little cheapy Chinese white metal, and they didn't want to weld. The first side was a little tougher because we had a broken easy out in it, or 2. Steve originally tried to get them out, and I appreciate the effort, but unfortunately it didn't work out. You can see it's all boogered up in there. So we tried. I tried with it. These nuts just weren't the right quality material that I needed, which is fine. We were able to still get them out. I just built up on them and grabbed it with a pair of channel locks, which I'm sure you'll see in the time lapse. If the time lapse is foggy for the first section, I'm sorry. It just fogged over. We're in Florida. It's humid. It's rained 3 times while having beautiful blue skies out there. So it is what it is. But we're gonna go in for dinner now. I am going to be bringing the welder with me, so I can get more practice on it at work. So benefit myself at work, benefit my final product on the Thunderbird as well, because I'll have more practice with it when it comes time to do the exhaust and stuff, which, like I said, we had to change up. So we're using one of these manifolds and one of the other truck manifolds. It's somewhere, I don't know. It's been a day. But the welding on the motor is done. Next time we have mounts and all that stuff, so what we're gonna do is go have dinner. That's it. I'm tired. Sorry, I'm rambling. As always, comment, like, share, subscribe. Get up and get after it.